Welcome to the channel, everyone. I'm Skratch. This video is brought to you by King Arthur Legends Rise. It's a new RPG game from Netmarble. They are the creators of mega hits like Marvel Contest of Champions, Disney Mirrorverse, and Shop Titans. So I just want to say a big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. The game has been globally launched, guys, and I have been playing it now for around a month since the early access, and honestly, I'm having a blast. Definitely my most favorite RPG game that was released this year. I am actually covering it on my other YouTube channel, so make sure you guys subscribe to it if you want to keep up to date with daily content, beginner guides, news, tips and tricks, pretty much everything related to King Arthur Legends Rise. Now in this video, I want to make a brief introduction and showcase some of their key features, mechanics, and gameplay. If you guys like what you see on the screen and you want to help and support the channel, you can download the game by clicking the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. The game is available on mobile devices and PC, so it's a cross-platform game. They actually have their own PC client, so you can play the game from home or on the go. The game will take you through an epic fantasy Arthurian-themed universe where you can explore a massive interactive world, collect and upgrade legendary knights and warriors, collect gear, complete quests, puzzles, missions, tons of different things, and of course, fight medieval and mythical creatures. But enough with all the talking, guys. Let me just walk you through the game. And by the way, if you want to join me in the same guild where I am, I'm currently in the Celestials. So if you want to join our Discord, we have over 10 different guilds, and most likely we're going to end up with around 20 different guilds. Join the Discord in the description down below or in the pinned comment to come and join us in the guild, guys. As I mentioned, I want to highlight some of the key features, mechanics, gameplay, guys. So this is a turn-based RPG game, a hero collector game, and on top of it is a city builder as well. You actually get to upgrade your buildings. For example, let's just take the market right here. Mine is at level 5 right now. The more you upgrade a building, the more goodies you're going to be able to purchase from the market, right? So it does have that aspect in the game as well. Now, I want to start with one of the best things in the entire game, guys, and that is the heroes. Now we're going to move on to some battles, gameplay, etc. I want to say that their graphics are top-notch, okay? Like, look how realistic the characters actually look like, and they're far superior from any other RPGs out there, and they're even giving us smack to Raid Shadow Legends, to be honest, when we're talking about how realistic the characters look and how good the graphics are. So this is very well right here, one of my legendary heroes. Then, of course, you have Morgan, who looks absolutely amazing. I still like to call her Morgana. We have King Arthur, somewhere right here. You have different rarities of characters, commons, uncommons, rares, and legendaries. So this is King Arthur, the star of the show. Now, there are many ways on how you can actually upgrade your characters. Of course, you can level them up, advance them, or rank them up to higher stars. Then you can awaken them to get the purple stars. And of course, you're going to be able to skill up their passives. You have the chivalry, which is the dupe system, a pretty awesome system because it will unlock tons of additional effects and stats. And then you have something that makes this game very, very unique: the relics. So the relics are like skill sets, basically. You have different affinities. You have, of course, the fire, you have the frost, you have the storm, and each one of them will have slightly different skills or completely different skills. Like, for example, Breath of Diana right here on Arthur, we have attacks one enemy 3 times, total damage 218% attack. And then each hit deals additional damage if target's element is frost. Then, if we are swapping over to Excalibur, for example, this becomes a completely different skill. Attacks one enemy, 216% attack damage. You can skill up your relic, advance your relic, awaken your relic to make it more powerful, right? So this is a pretty interesting system on how you can advance your characters and make them more unique, allowing you to use these characters in tons of different strategies and create that perfect team. As I mentioned, tons of different amazing characters in the game. Right here as well, for example, we have a Claricine, a very good defense down character, pretty good damage as well. We have Merlin, of course. You gotta have Merlin in King Arthur, right? And The rare characters are very, very good. Now, keep an eye. I will be making a different video, most likely talking about the top 10 best rares to invest in, because rares are absolutely massive in the game. It's not all about legendary heroes, guys. Then you have equipment. You have quite a few different equipment sets as well. For example, you have 2-piece sets, you have 4-piece sets, and the creme de la creme, you're gonna have 3-piece sets. Let me actually bring in a fully awakened character, Kai. She's my bae, one of the best rare damage dealers in the game. So right here, you're gonna have a 3-piece set, and that's on the bottom pieces, right? You can create so many different combinations of builds, and basically, it will be pretty much all based on what sort of content you're planning to do. But that's how the gear looks. You can level up the gear, of course. You have higher rarity, higher ranks, and it's all farmable from different areas. Now, unlike other RPG games, guys, King Arthur Legends Rise has a very immersive storyline and far superior from many other games in this genre, including Raid Shadow Legends, especially in terms of lore. So you're going to have the main story, you're going to have the adventure game mode, which I'm going to walk you through it in just a second. When you start playing, you're basically going to explore an open world, and slowly you're going to have to reclaim Camelot, restore it to its glory, and right here you have the campaign mode. You're gonna have 3 different difficulties: normal, hard, and hell. And as usual, you're gonna have to 3-star it to collect tons of milestone rewards. But on top of it, each different stage will give you some important materials that will be related to upgrading, upgrade your heroes, upgrade maybe some of your gear, forge different gear. But we're gonna get to it in just a second. So you're never really gonna stop farming campaign, which is actually a pretty awesome thing. When we are talking about adventures, guys, that's where the real lore comes into play. So they have a very, very immersive storyline. You're gonna have 10 different chapters, and in here you're gonna have to basically complete different quests, missions, engage and complete different puzzles, and they have some amazing, challenging puzzles. I'm a big fan of challenging content, right? And basically, you're going to experience an open world gameplay in the adventures. So that's actually tons of fun. I've already completed all of the storylines, but basically, this is the whole map for one of the chapters, and I feel like I had probably 6, 7, 8 different missions related to the storyline that I had to complete. You know, so tons of fun. While of course you are collecting rewards, fighting different monsters, upgrading your characters. One more thing that I quickly want to show you as well. So if we're actually going to go back to the campaign, let me go back to the estate. The heroes, they have environmental effects, guys. And that's something that I haven't seen in any other game. So let me actually go. I can actually go on this one right here. So let me just quickly explain you. On top of having the regular affinities, right? Frost, fire, and storm, each one of your character will have strengths or weaknesses versus environmental effects, which means day, night, rain, sunny, etc. So they are going to gain additional bonus stats. For example, right here, we are kind of like required to use day heroes if we want to make the most out of it and gain additional stats. Like, look at that. 30% crit damage, damage reduction, attack speed, which is the equivalent of speed. Day heroes that prefer day will receive environmental effects. And I might have only one of them in the squad right here, but that is actually fine. One thing that I really like as well, when you are doing a battle, in all of the content, you can select from doing 1 run or 3 runs at the same time. So using more stamina, but you can do 3 battles instead of 1, which will really save you a lot of time. You have the repeat battles, multi-battles, which are unlimited. You have no restrictions on them. You have a preset for all of the things that you're planning to do in game. So let me just quickly show you how the gameplay actually looks, guys. And we're going to dive into some of the bosses as well, because they have some amazing looking bosses. And as I mentioned, the graphics are absolutely amazing. Like, if you really want to make this game justice, you're going to see it on the PC. The graphics look so freaking realistic, top notch. And turn-based game, which means that each one of our characters will take their turn based on the speed that they have. You're going to have 3 different skills, and each one of the skills will require vigor in order to be used. Now, vigor are these bars that you're seeing right here at the bottom. This skill, the A1, will require 1 vigor. The Second skill will require 2. The third will require 3 vigor. And of course, the more vigor you're using per skill, usually the more powerful is the actual skill. Now you have the possibility to switch to 1x speed, 2x, 3x, and you can play it manual or auto, sorry. You can swap the camera view as well, kind of like fit your own needs. So let's let it play on auto. I'm gonna put it on 2x just for the purpose of the video, so it's not moving too fast, so you guys are not missing the cool animations that the heroes actually have, you know. So look at that, Morgana putting defense down, AoE, beautiful. Then we have Kai, my favorite rare damage dealer, absolutely demolishing the enemies. We have Gillian in there, the best healer in the entire game, super amazing. And Bedivere, the GOAT when we're talking about single target damage, massive hits. And they do have pretty awesome animations. And this was a stage in campaign, right? So it was a shorter fight. These are the rewards that you're getting from here. And you're going to be able to pretty much check everything in terms of who dealt more damage. And overall, I think is tons of fun to play with tons of different characters. Now, when we are talking about some more interesting things, and that is dungeons, content, what does King Arthur Legends Rise has to offer? Honestly, tons of different things. So, because we have the global launch, they actually launched a Hero Event Dungeon, where you're basically going to defeat some particular stages with some particular heroes that will allow you to claim higher rewards. And then you're going to have an event shop from where you're going to be able to purchase tons of goodies, including a random legendary hero out of all of the summoning pool. So this is something that they're doing really well. They're very generous with the rewards, guys. And that's something that you will realize as soon as you start playing. So 100% worth trying out the game, guys, because you're definitely going to have a blast. Now, you're going to have the power-up dungeons. Right here, you're going to have the Plains of Beasts, which will allow you to advance your characters, rank them up. You're going to have the Burning Land. You're going to get a lot of gold from here, and of course, XP for your characters. You have the Frozen Plains, but we're going to do a couple of fights. This one will allow you to upgrade your relics. And then you have the Shrine of Storms, which will allow you to awaken your relics. So, just for the purpose of the video, let's actually go into the Plain of Beasts, guys. Then we're going to go over a dungeon that gives us gear, right? We're going to go over the tower. We're going to talk about the guild raids and many different things. So right here, we can actually beat stage 10. And this is the team that I'm running. Of course, we have Tristan, Kai, Bedivere, and we have Gillian. Let's give it a go. I will leave this in on full auto. So basically the mechanics of this boss, each one of the bosses will have very unique mechanics, which really requires us to strategize our teams and don't just throw in random heroes and defeat it, right? And that's actually tons of fun. That's one of my most favorite things in these games, right? So we strategize, we build the right team to take on the boss while we are countering the mechanics. So the boss right here will have the tasks, the left and right task, which will attack as well, like individual skills. Then you have his main body, basically. Now, when you are breaking the tasks, you're basically weakening the boss. And then the boss will gain a massive shield. And you're going to have to break that shield with a lot of multi-hits. That's where Kai, for example, comes in play. Tristan comes in play here. Very good character for this boss. We break the shield, we slay the boss, collect the loot, and basically happy ending. That's how it's going to play out. 16 hits on stage 10. Now, it's not a necessity to focus directly on their mechanics all of the time, like destroy the tasks. Once he drops to 50%, again, he's going to unlock new mechanics, right? Which will be something that we need to counter as well. So we broke the tasks, and from here on, we should be able to take the boss down fairly quick, I would say, especially once we're knocking down that barrier, the shield. You can land debuffs, gain buffs on your characters. Right here at the tab, you can pretty much see everything. A lot of the buffs and debuffs actually stack. So, for example, on my Kai, as you may notice, I have crit rate buff, 2 of them, right? So I'm getting instantly 80% crit rate from there because they stack. On the boss, you can have decrease attack twice or decrease attack speed twice, multiple times, right? So that's actually something really interesting because it helps you to hold the boss at bay, right? And he deals a lot of damage. But look how beautiful the design is as well, like in terms of graphics. Top notch, as I mentioned. And I will stress that because it's very important for us, because I know how important graphics are for us as a community, right? Especially in these games. So they are doing an amazing job from this point of view. Okay. Are we gaining a shield? No, do not gain a shield. Bediver, come on, I am counting on you. Okay. He got a shield, but he's almost done. So this fight took slightly longer, guys, but we are definitely going to pick up pretty quick. Does look pretty badass. And wait till you see other bosses as well. They have waves, some of them, where you're fighting like the mobs before you get to the actual big boss. And you have a dungeon where you can farm the tomes to skill up your relics, where you can farm the emblems, the statues, to basically skill up your passives. So this is something that you can just farm by playing the game. It's not something that you're gonna earn only from events and stuff, right? So one of the bosses down. Let's actually quickly have a look at the gear dungeons. Right here, we're going to have the equipment dungeons. Very awesome bosses as well. So this is going to give us like attack sets. This dungeon will give us like support sets. And this one will give us the 3 bottom pieces, which again will be playing very important roles. Like the strife set is massive. You're going to kill a target and then gain increased attack, fully recharge your attack gauge, which is the equivalent of the thermometer, have lifesteal drainage, right? You're going to be able to leech from the enemies and just absolutely obliterate them after. Then, right here, you have the clan raids. Basically, there's some of the bosses that are in the game, and you are competing versus other guilds for the seasonal rewards. And you're gonna have raid levels going all the way up to level 24. So actually, on the early release, Celestials won it. So my guild won the first place in the raids. Pretty awesome stuff. Tons of fun to play with clanmates, right? Requires quite a bit of coordination. Then you have the Forbidden Dungeon, which is kind of like the equivalent of a Doom Tower, guys. You're going to climb all the way up to stage 100 while you're collecting tons of different goodies, including summons for legendary characters, tons of different materials, pedestals, which will be used to awaken your characters. You have the Favored Dungeons, which are like the equivalent of Faction Wars. You're going to farm the materials needed to awaken your characters from here. And then you have the Sealed Temple, which is the equivalent of the dungeons that I was mentioning, where you can farm, of course, your emblems, your talismans, which will allow you to level up the skills of your heroes. And then you have the relic skill up as well, which is the Master of the Apocalypse. Pretty awesome bosses, though. Then, another thing that I quickly want to show you as well, guys, and that is going to be related to the Forge. Very important thing, right? You're going to be able to purchase equipment from the actual equipment market. You're going to be able to change stats on some of your gear, which is pretty awesome too. Having the ability to do that till you build that perfect piece. And you can craft equipment. Every single set in the game and more. There are some sets that can only be craftable. You cannot farm them from any of the current dungeons. Accuracy sets. You have a vigor set, which will give you 1 vigor bar every time you take a turn, which is kind of like one of the biggest sets in the game. Counterattack sets. And all of these materials come either from dungeons, either from campaign, either from events and stuff. So you will definitely be a busy man playing the game, and that's the beauty of it. But you know what? Come and join me in King Arthur Legends Rise. As I mentioned, I will leave the link to my guild, guys, in the pinned comment. Come and join us in the Celestials. I'm sure the guys will be more than happy to open 20 more clans for you guys. And as usual, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you guys want to help and support the channel, you can download the game by using the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. And big shout out to Netmarble for sponsoring today's video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Stay safe. Peace.